All right, well, welcome everybody. I'm going to get this right. Happy Thursday to everybody. I was starting off with Friday, getting a day ahead of myself here, but thank you for joining us today. It should be a fun recognition event. I'd like to share, I'm going to share a little bit about Fling and what happened at Fling and some of the meetings that are going on towards the end of the event. So stay tuned for that. So I'm excited for that. But let's start with our July, and I guess I'll introduce myself. I hope there's some new people on here. I'm Kim Geringer, and I'm over sales and marketing, and I work remotely from the Villages, Florida. So welcome. Hopefully you're new and jumping on. We'd love to have you on here. But this is our July recognition. We always start with our new distributors. So first we will start with our associates and welcome them. So here we have, Mike, where's Mike when I need him for these tough names? So I think it's Norzel. So if I'm not right, message me and correct me. But Norzel, Carlos, Gary, Rachel, Cody, and Scott, welcome to our associates. And then to our new distributors, and because of July too, we'll talk about this in a minute, but July was special for the sponsors of these people. But I always like to highlight in a different color where we had our new distributors, the most of them, where they came from. So Arizona was the big winner in the month of July for new sponsors. So look at all of that. So that's exciting. So welcome to Jackie, Randy, Israel, Terry, Kenny, Julia, Bernice, I think that's how you say it, Bernice, Shelly, Amber, Krista, Ted, and another Amber. So welcome. All over the place we're seeing here. Then we have Lacey, Trisha, Joanne, Michelle, Sue, Krista, Stephanie, Richard, Allison, Chris, Michelle, Kenneth, and Pam. And you can see I highlighted, I hate saying it, Massachusetts. I know I always say it wrong, but look at that. All of them from there. So that's really impressive to see from Arizona across to the East Coast of all of these new people joining us. So welcome. But we're not done yet. We also have Jeanette, Richard, Haley, Linda, Bert, Isabella, Victoria, Miranda, Ellen, Ilana, Diane, Jessica, and Shannon. So welcome, welcome. So let's take a look at our sponsors who introduced all these great people to our Mia Bellas family. Let's take a look at that. Now, these are everyone who sponsored one, and also call out for the month of July. They also earned 1,000 trip points because we had that bonus. Normally you get 500, we doubled it. So you get 1,000 trip points for anyone that was sponsored in the month of July. So let's take a look at who they are, each with one. So we have Allison, Ronnie, Callie, Kylie, Christina, Pamela, Sean, Kelly, Tammy, Kimberly, Mina, Jacqueline, Mary, Jennifer, and Susan. And I do want to make one little statement here that there were a couple people, like, for those of you who don't know this, if people were a distributor, if someone was a distributor before in the past and they want to rejoin, they can't just do it through the website. They have to call in and talk to Lisa, and Lisa has to reactivate their account, set up their auto ship, get them a new enrollment bundle, all of that good stuff. It has to be done through the phone. So if people, and with a 3-hour time difference, right? If there's people in Arizona trying to enroll and it's after midnight, one, they couldn't get in, and two, they couldn't get hold of Lisa. So there were a couple moving around that we had to do that I'll talk about a little bit, why we're not showing, when I get to the trip results, why I'm not showing July sponsors, because I had to get all of that finalized first. So if you don't see your name on here as being sponsored in July, it's probably because we had to put it into August, but I will count the points. That makes sense. All right. So they will be recognized in August. The upline will be recognized in August, but behind the scenes, I'll be giving them 1,000 points. All right. So congratulations to everybody here who did the one and got the 1,000. Next, we're moving on to 2. So they sponsored 2 in July. So that's 2,000 in trip points. So we have Jamie, Julie, Lisa, Diane, Elena, Diane, and Lane. So congratulations. But we're not done yet. We have people who sponsored 3. I think these trip points motivated you a little bit, you think? So 3,000 trip points for those who sponsored 3 in the month of July. So we have Melissa Miller, Chelsea Winhausen, and Jody Zabala. Congratulations, guys. Fantastic. Love seeing all these new sponsors and the excitement around our company. So great job. All right, so July promotions. Let's take a look at that. So here's our rewards plan. So you can see these are all the different levels that we could potentially be recognizing. For this month, we're recognizing bronze and silver are the new promotions that we had for July. So let's take a look at what bronze and distributor recognition looks like. Well, they get their names published here and in our Bella Builder groups, and of course, get their name called here. What does it take to be a bronze? They have to sponsor 1 to 2 personally sponsored in their front line. They have to have $44.95 for their personal volume, and then their group volume needs to be 200. And what does that get them? They get override commissions of 5% on their level 1. So for the month of July, we had 1 new bronze distributor. So let's take a look at who that is. So Lisa Listoria. So congratulations, Lisa. So excited for you. All right, our newest bronze. But moving on to silver, now it's 3 to 4 personally sponsored. The commissional volume remains the same, but now the group volume is 500. They have that level 1 override of 5% and now level 2 of 2%. And we had 1 new silver distributor. Let's take a look at who that is. Diane Morin. So congratulations to Diane. Great job, you guys. So that's all of our promotions for July. And, we have our Kickstart incentive that recognizes all of our new distributors coming in. And you can see here they have the opportunity from when they join. So if all of those names that we showed earlier who joined us in July, their first period officially starts in August, right? So they have the opportunity to earn up to $350 if they promote all the way from distributor to gold in that first period. That's a lot of money. Now, we know that that's not always an easy thing to do, right? So we give you time to do it, but the longer it takes, the lower the money, but there's still extra cash bonuses for any time that you do it in your first 6 periods of being here through the end of the year, because this goes through December, all right? So lots of cash available for our new distributors joining us. So I hope all of you uplines are explaining this to your new team members and helping them get to those next levels to get that extra cash. Who doesn't want extra cash during the holiday seasons that are coming up too? So great incentive. Unfortunately, we didn't have any Kickstart earners for the month of July, but I'm hoping that's going to change for this month. And our Drive to Be Director, that's another great incentive that we have going for those who hit director, brand new directors first time. So if they promote, they earn $100 that first month that they promote. And then every month that they're paid as a director for their next, this goes again through the end of December now, because we're halfway through the year, we keep adding more and more money. And it doesn't have to be consistent. Ideally, you want it to be consistent because there's more cash involved. But if you miss it 1 month, we just go back to that next level. You'll see, how that just builds up to that potential of $600. And then also for a new director, if in the next 5 months or whatever's left of the year, if they sponsor 5 new people, they get $500. So that's potential of $2,600 in extra bonus cash. So that's huge. And we also recognize their upline as well. As long as the upline is doing the same activity as that new director, they're getting paid as a director, they will get that matching money each month for their new director. So they have the potential of $2,100 to earn an extra cash. So we didn't have any new directors, but again, hopefully we're going to see some changes there. And then our trip, right? So we announced this during our Fling event. So excited that we're going to be in the Dominican Republic. So that's the theme, is Dreamin' in the Dominican in 2026. And we'll be at the Breathless Resorts and Spa. So that's going to be a fantastic trip. I'll share a little bit more about the details of this, but this is how you earn it, right? Everything's based off sponsoring and sales. So you have to earn 15,000 points to earn your hotel stay for 1, 20,000 points for your hotel stay for 2. And then you can work above that, where you can get $100 in trip cash for every additional 1,500 points above that 20,000. And then you also have the opportunity to earn an additional night for our number 1 person, but they're sponsoring guidelines and things for that too. So exciting trip. And here's a couple things to look at here. So here's how this trip is working this year, which is kind of exciting. I love it when I can find resorts like this that have like sister properties right next door that we get to use all of their goodies, all their pools, all their restaurants. especially the water slides, the lazy rivers, because it's a family thing, but we get to stay in the adult place. So if we want to be around kids, we can. If we don't want to, we stay at Breathless and we do all the adult stuff over here. And Breathless has 6 pools just at their facility and 11 restaurants. And I love that they have coffee bars and an ice cream parlor. So all kinds of yummy options. And of course, 24-hour room service, and it's all inclusive. And then our next door hotel is Dreams Onyx, and literally it's right next door. They have another 8 pools along with the water park, the lazy river. They have a splash park. So all kinds of fun things for our kids at heart. I love those things. And then 10 more additional restaurants. So, and that's where the coffee cafe is, that Cocoa Cafe is over there as well. So many exciting things. So a total of 14 pools and 21 restaurants. I don't think any of us are going to go hungry or any of us are going to be bored with all of that. So that's to take a look at that. And then here's a look at what our standard room is there. So we have run of the house. At this particular resort, they don't have ocean view. It's very jungle and pool. So we're either going to get a pool view or we're going to get a beautiful jungle view. But here's a quick look at the photo of the rooms. Just beautiful, beautiful rooms and all the things that are included. And also, again, reminder, 24-hour room service for free included. And then here's some of the nightlife and daytime things. They always have activities going on. They have the DJs at the pools. They have different things that, different classes going on, whether it's yoga or, they have water aerobics, things like that, but all kinds of things and classes. You can see mixology classes. They have themed events. There's a casino there, all kinds of things to keep us entertained as much or as little as you want. You don't have to participate, but there's lots of great things going on. And I'm sure there's probably karaoke. Our distributors love karaoke, so I'm sure that's included as well. And then here's for our top achiever. I mentioned that number 1 person, they get an extra night stay and they get this beautiful upgraded room. So it's the Exhale Club. So what's included is they get a butler service, which is really fun. Get somebody that helps you with whatever you need. They have a private lounge. They have exclusive breakfast and lunch restaurant just for people in the Exhale Club. They have premium food and beverages. They have personalized check-in, that concierge assistance throughout their entire stay, a pillow menu, upgraded bath amenities, complimentary newspaper. Not sure who's reading the newspaper when they're there, but hey, it might be for some people. And then again, I mentioned that preferred club level status and amenities. So really exciting for the number 1 person for this trip. They get some really nice perks. And here again, here's the qualifications for it. We talked about that 1,000 points in sponsoring, and also those who were in attendance at Fling also get an additional 1,000 points to kick it off. So really exciting. And I think I mentioned earlier on that January through May, we also included sponsors. So if you sponsored from January through May, you're getting 500 points for them. But I do want to explain what's a qualified sponsor. Qualified sponsor, if they joined in January, whatever month they joined, they have to be active with their auto ship every single month to qualify. They drop down 1 month and don't pay, have a failed payment and don't pay, they don't count. So you guys got to pay close attention to your new people and be checking in with them, seeing how they're doing. How can you help them? Looking at your reports, seeing how they're doing. That's really important for them to be qualified. And that's throughout this whole thing. They have to be through January. So when I run all the final reports in January and all commissions are closed, they have to be active through then as well. So just wanted to clarify how that worked for new sponsors, what that means for qualified. And we also handed this out at Fling, this little tracker for you guys. Really, it's your goal sheet. More than anything, you set your goals and then what your actual numbers were here. So we pass this out and we have this available for you guys to print as well if you want to use this, which I hope that you all do with your goals. And then I also have this tracker. This is the actual tracker that as you fill it in, it's an Excel spreadsheet that fills in you fill it in and it calculates your points and how much you would need for your trip for 1 and trip for 2. So use these tools and use your reports in your back office. All right. For your sponsors, you go through your back office under resources, your report manager, and you look under your team members by date range, and you can see who you've had for that time period. And also your PV, the same thing, your report manager, your personal volume report. It's very important that you use that PV report because not everything is included and not everything's at the retail value. So make sure that you're using those reports so that you have an accurate number. All right, so I'm doing things a little bit different for recognition today. So I'm going to do top 20 in PV trip points from June through July so far. So that's for 2 months for the PV only. This does not include sponsors. Okay, it does not include those points. This is just for PV. So let's take a look at who they are. So at number 20, we have Valerie Lopez. Number 19, Laura Hambley. Number 18, Elena Larson. 17, Jill Lavoie. 16, Darlene Johnson. 15, Stacy Blocker. 14, Diane Sweeney. 13, Chelsea Windhausen. 12, Shelley Browning. 11, Callie Elder. 10, Patrice Letty. 9, Suzanne and Keith Galloway. 8, Julie Beisinger. 7, Lane Towson. 6, Ryan Barnett. 5, Jody Zavala. 4, Laura Vargas. 3, Mina Sneed. 2, Elena Stifler. And look who's number 1 right now. Kimberly Reamer at number 1 so far with PV. So great job, you guys. Very impressive, very impressive. Now for sponsoring. So you got to look at, I'll post this all out there. So you got your PV. Now we've got sponsoring. What's the difference with sponsoring? I don't have July in here because I had to wait until all the auto ships went through the 10th in order to look at true July. So this does not have July points. So keep that in mind too. I don't want to get nasty grams, but I wasn't on there. My points are wrong. And if you ever have questions about it, just message me or send me an email. I'm happy. I make mistakes. Believe me, I make them. But if you're questioning, hey, I have a different number than you do, reach out to me and I'll work through it and see where the difference is. Happy to do that for you. All right, so let's see who has 500 points so far. Again, July is not included. 500 points. We have Keith, Amy, Shelley, Cynthia, Katie, Mary, Kylie, Rachel, Debbie, Beth, Gerald, Darlene, Pamela, Sean, Casonia, and Valerie. We also have Kelly, Linda, Nona, Diane, Brenda, Melissa, Tracy, and Kathy. And then Mina, Jacqueline, Linda, Mary, Lane, Susan, Val, and Galen Sue. So that's everybody with 500 points so far for sponsoring. Now for 1,000 points, let's take a look at that. So we have Julie, Amber, Ronnie, Laura, Jill, Kathy, Melissa, Elizabeth, Diane, and Kathy. So yeah, everybody, congratulations, 1,000. I'm going to keep reminding you, it does not include July because I know I'm going to have somebody message me who watches this later and they'll be confused. But there you go. All right, so let's take a look. Oh, look at all these. Up to 3,500 points. Let's see who has 1,500 points. Laura Bartigas and Jody Zavala with 1,500. And this is just, for June, guys, if that tells you anything. Callie Elder, 2,000. 2,500, we have Christina Hanari and Elena Stifler. And with 3,500 points, Allison Bors. So congratulations, you guys. I'm so excited to see the sponsoring efforts for this trip, really to help grow this company because we really need to grow our company. We need new blood, we need new people, and I love seeing all of this exciting things happening. So congratulations. All right, so on to some reminders and updates. Let's take a look. So last week we did a day early, our fall season. So lots of good things happening. First off, our fundraising program, right? Our fall winter fundraising. So this is a flyer that's available in a PDF for you guys in our Bella Builders that you can send out. Has all the information you need in a really high level document to send out to your organizations. Gives all the fragrance descriptions and notes as well for you to send out. And then here's the brochure. This is the front and the back of that with the order form. Those are also available. And then our 15 samples, right? So all of those 15 fragrances are in our little sample sets that are great to have as well for organizations. And then we have that distributor order form that's also in the Bella Builders. Really important. Doesn't matter what size fundraiser you have. In order for us to track it, you need to use this form. It's the only way that I can do recognition for our Fling events is to have this form filled out and emailed in. And please just try and be as neat as possible. And I've seen some of these forms and I don't know how they figure it out sometimes. There's slash marks and this and this. So just try and make it as neat as possible for the people on the other end trying to translate what you put in here. But just fill this out completely and email that in. That really helps us to track our fundraising orders. And so here's the information. And I don't know if you guys knew this or not, but we do offer a single fundraising form through your back office. They're 50 cents each. And you can see there's the part number. So you can, if you just want one, because you're going to maybe you're doing, you just have a couple places that you don't want 50 of them. This is an option for you. Obviously, the most economical way is to buy the set of 50 for the $14.95. But, that's an option for you guys. And then we have the sampler sets too. That's that set of 15 for $17.95. So all your tools that you need right there. And then our fall product guide has been updated as well. So you can see we've added our new scent sways. You guys remember, well, for those of you who are Fling, you know which ones those are. So we had our birchberry, that's back for the season, our pumpkin apple, and our spiced apple and fir. And this is my favorite. I'm just going to put that out there. That's my favorite for the season. Love that one. And then we introduced our home fragrance oils in our signature line. So we're going to start, hopefully we'll see how these go. We'd love to be able to add these for every fragrance that we have, but we thought we'd start off with our top sellers and give you kind of a variety of, the categories. We didn't do floral yet, but I do have one. Hopefully we'll be seeing that in the spring for floral. But we have Cashmere Glow, Fresh Laundry, Fruit Loops, Sweet Orange and Chili Pepper, and White Citrus, all available that we announced at Fling as well. And then let's take a look at all the fragrances for fall. So we have Amber Nights, Autumn Walk, Autumn Weather, Banana Nut Bread, Caramel Pecan Rolls, Caramel Pumpkin Spice, Cozy Cabin, Cozy Christmas, Cranberry Orange, and Creme Brulee. One thing I didn't want to call out here. We somehow forgot Caramel Pecan Rolls. I think because it was annual last year and it went to seasonal, it missed our list. So this is there. It wasn't here at Fling, and I didn't tell you about it at the release, but this is available, the Caramel Pecan Rolls. And I wanted to call out, I don't know if you guys know that in the guide where it says click image to view the candle, every one of them has this where it pulls up a larger image of what the candle looks like with a little description of it. So I don't know if you guys knew that or not. But I always forget these little things, and we have so many new people. I like you to remind you with these great tools that we do have for your customers. So make sure to point that out to your customers. Then we have Holiday Pear, Horchata, Maple Syrup, Midnight Bergamot, Mulberry Spice, Mulled Cider, Oranges and Clove, Patchouli Spice, Peaches and Pumpkin, and Pistachio Pumpkin. That's a yummy one. Pumpkin Apple, that's a favorite. Pumpkin Berry Crumble, Pumpkin Cheesecake, Pumpkin Oak, Pumpkin Spice. Wow, we are in the pumpkins. Saddle Leather, Salted Caramel Apple, Spiced Apple and Fir, Spiced Cranberry, Sugar Cookie. That is my all-time favorite, Sugar Cookie. What else we got here? Oh, then we have Warm and Cozy and White Pumpkin rounding it out. So there's all our 33 fall seasonal fragrances. That's a lot. So here's a little list I put together for you as well. If you want to share this with customers, because I know sometimes the guide can be a little overwhelming when people are looking things. So I know you guys like lists. So I'll put this out there for you guys as well of those 33 seasonal fall fragrances. All available in our candles and melts. All right, limited editions. I did want to remind people that these are not in the guide, I don't believe, because we know they're going out, but we still have inventory available of our Live Love Camp, both in our Bugs No More and our Toasted Marshmallow. So if your customers love that, I mean, it's still summer, guys. We know I'm looking outside, it's still summer, and people are camping and doing all these things. So these are great to keep promoting. And then we also have our teachers back to school candle in that Macintosh apple that's available as well for a limited time. Our candy corn, this also is limited because this actually got retired last year, but we have additional inventory. So if you love this one, get it before it's gone. That's our candy corn. Then our horchata in our Day of the Dead label, always a popular one. Kettle corn, this was just introduced last year and did very well. So this is our kettle corn fragrance, and it smells just like kettle corn. We'll go out to those fairs and events. So yummy. And then our poison apple. This is McKenna, the little gal back in the warehouse. She created this label, so that's fun, our poison apple fragrance. And then, of course, our perfect pumpkin in our pumpkin jar are also available. Again, limited quantities. So if you love them, get them before they're gone. And then September 1st. So September 1st will be our Hope Candle. So our Hope Candle was introduced again at Fling, and it's in a new fragrance. So it's called our Cherry Blush fragrance. That juicy black cherries, tart currants, and a splash of lemon creates a vibrant burst. A heart of ripe fruit, ginger fizz, and red wine adds a playful effervescence. This really is a beautiful fragrance in this beautiful pink candle. So brand new fragrance that you can try in this Hope Candle. So those will be available on September 1st. So there's a couple images of that one. And proceeds will benefit local breast cancer awareness. They have, we'll get more details for you as it gets closer of who the organizations are, but they're the same as we've done in the previous years, the ones in Pennsylvania. And then mid-September release, this is probably the most excitement we got during Fling, I would have to say, besides the trip. So let's look at this. So we have our Perfect Pumpkin fragrance and our Skull Scent Sway will be available the middle of September. So as we get better dates, I'll keep you informed as that gets closer. We're just waiting on shipments of glass. And then we have our Black Widow. So this is a black, it's kind of that, it's not a solid black, but it's a black translucent color with black wax in it. So this is our Black Widow fragrance. Mysterious, bold, and irresistibly alluring, this luxurious fragrance weaves together creamy warmth and the richness of oud. So this really is a yummy fragrance. And it just has, I don't know, it's hard to describe it. When you smell it, you're just going to love it. It's very different from anything else that we have, but so great for the Halloween season. And look at this one. This was our favorite one. So welcome fall home with our Reflections collection. So this is our first fragrance, meaning there should be more. Amber and Pumpkin, again, arriving mid-September. And I've been asked about the pricing. So here's the pricing on that. The wholesale is $13.95. Your commissionable is $12.50. That's why I say your reports are so important. Don't go off what you're paying. It's what your commissionable volume is for those PV reports. And then the suggested retail is $23.95. And this is a 16-ounce candle, just so you guys know that too. So beautiful, beautiful candle. I know I'm most excited about this one. New lid, new jar. So here's a couple images for you guys too. And it is a beautiful fragrance. We did give a couple of these away during Fling. So they were passing that around and smelling that. So there's a couple of the images. So let's look at some Fling highlights for you guys. So because I really do like to help people understand, like, well, what am I getting? It's $250. I got to pay for a hotel room. I got to do, it's an investment in your business, but there's so much that you get from this event. I mean, financially and other, right? Your growth in your business, your networking, meeting new people. So, the first day, actually the first night, Friday, we had our Sapphire and Above dinner at this beautiful Italian place. Lots of food. Bob loves Italian food, so no one went hungry from that dinner. But we had a nice dinner on that first Friday night. And then Saturday morning, we had the tour to kick it off. So everyone we had transportation or people drove, but they had the warehouse tour where they got to see how all the candles are made. And Mike takes them through a personal tour. So that's I know, a favorite of all of our attendees to be able to see that and how it all how the magic happens, right? And then you guys had lunch. That was included in your registration. And then general session in the afternoon on Saturday, a lot of recognition. We started off with our first time attendees. This is everyone that's a first time attending our Fling, and our Sapphire and Above leaders put together these great little gift bags for them to welcome them and congratulate them for being at their first Fling. We also had our challenge earners. Remember, all of you that you could earn since January, those every month we had a different challenge. So this is everyone who earned 4 or more of those challenges that were at Flink. So congratulations to all of them. And then we had our rising stars as well. This is a fun category because nobody knows who's going to be in this. And then we also had their uplines come and share a little bit about them personally. So that was a nice little touch this year to hear from their uplines. And we had our top 10 in fundraising. Happened on Saturday as well. And then we had our Kickstart earners, our Drive to Be directors, so much recognition. It's just a lot. Our Sapphire director promotions. So congratulations again to Julie and Lane for their being our newest Sapphires. And then top 5 in Hope candle sales. We also recognize that as well. And then Sherry, who was our number 1, got a candle. And this actually happened on Sunday, but our Strive for Vive, this is everyone that averaged 500 or more in sales during that earning period. They got recognized as well on stage. And then our top 10 in sales too. So lots of recognition. And then our trip earners as well. That again was Sunday afternoon. So all the recognition on top of all of our presenters. I mean, we had Darlene Johnson, and she did fundraising. I'm going to try and hit everybody that we had Darlene Johnson. She did that, kicked us off that first afternoon with fundraising. Mary Staples and Lane Townsend, they talked about rebounding after life happens. So that was a very impactful, emotional messages from them. Callie Elder, freedom to think differently and out of the box. She shared a lot of out of the box, unique ideas to help with your business. We also recognized top and custom label sales, which is the first time that we've done that. So we had Jody and Susan Truitt both trained on custom labels. And then we had Kimberly Reamer. She covered events, fundraising, and also some custom labels. We had Sherry Klein and Brenda Brandt talked about team events. Laura Bartigas did a fun role playing at events where she just did different scenarios and had different distributors come up and help her and do those role playing. That was a lot of fun. Chelsea Winhausen did some online bingo events and how she does those. And then Sunday we had our top sponsors. That's when we did the sponsors and sales and things like that. Elena Stifler kicked off the training with the leadership flag, very impactful leadership training. And then Kelly Lynn and Callie did project broadcast. They trained on that, great tool. Jody had freedom to build your own business your way, and she had a cute little project where she let us all build little holders and walked us through that very clever way of training. And then we had the trip reveal and all of that good stuff, and then ended up with our night of fun at that. I hope I didn't miss anybody that presented. If I did, I apologize. We had our red, white, and blue night. So I wanted to go through also, what did they get? So you pay $250. What do I get for that? Besides the 3 meals, right? So you had 2 lunches and a dinner with a DJ and a photo booth and all you can drink, because Bob loves an open bar. So we had an open bar. So a good time to be had by all. So you get that. Plus you get this tote bag. They got mini melts in that, I'm forgetting which one, the Black Widow, sorry, and the amber and pumpkin. They got melts in that. Nobody else can get that but them. And then we had our 25-year candle in a papaya peach fragrance, was well before my time, but it's one of the original fragrances that they brought back for this candle. And then they also got a fundraiser brochure. They got that it's a little tape measure, level, and flashlight in one, and a little notebook and pen that's branded. And then 2 luggage tags for the trip. So all of that they got just for showing up, right? They got all of those items. And I know I've been getting questions on that candle. We have a very little, I think we have like 30 of those candles left. So we're trying to figure out how we want to do that. If we want to put them out there and it's just kind of first come, first serve. And maybe it's people who weren't at Fling have the opportunity to order one. We don't know yet. That's why it's taken a little bit. We're trying to figure that out. But literally we have like 30 of them left. So and we don't have any oil and we don't want to have to order more oil for this or label. So that's where we're at that. But everyone at Fling got that. And let's see. And then, yeah, this is just going through the whole list that I just showed you. That's everything that was in that bag. I guess if I'd have read it, I would have remembered. Black Widow. There we go. But again, those melts were only for them. We aren't offering melts and those for anybody else. It was just for the Fling event. And then they also got to order early, right? So they got all of those fall seasonal and the melts and the candles they got to order. They got the August fragrance of the month, that apricot cider, the fundraising fragrances, all the fundraising tools. They got to order all of those limited that I showed you as well, the breast cancer awareness, the pumpkin jars, and the new home fragrance oils, all of those. You know, I forgot too that they also got 2 home fragrance oils in that bag. So they got one of the natural ones and one of the signatures in that bag too. I think I forgot to mention that as well as part of their free stuff. Not to mention all of the drawings that Bob does throughout the event. He does all kinds of gift cards, product. He does banners. He gave away 4 free flings for next year registrations. So endless things that you get during this event and potential of winning. And almost everybody walks away with something from this event. And then the Fling specials. I don't think I've shared these before with people not at Fling, but look what you're missing out on. 16-ounce jars, buy 10, get 2 free. Mia Melts, buy 12, get 2 free. Senseways, buy 5, get 1 free. Bella Blast, buy 10, get 2 free. home fragrance oils, buy 5, get 1 free. And mini melts, buy 3, get 1 free. Look at those offers. So everyone that was at Fling got to take advantage of these specials. They filled out an order form. Some of them got to pick it up and take it home the next, like that Sunday night or Monday. I think it was Monday morning. People were there lining up to fill up their cars. And then they started shipping that following week. That's how fast our warehouse works. So great job to the warehouse for getting all those orders out, because it was a lot of orders. So these are just, I'm just showing you. This is all the stuff you're missing out where you think that you can't afford it. You can't afford not to, because all these things that you're missing out. So I hope that you start saving now. We don't even know where we're going or the dates. We know that it will be probably like the 3rd week of July. We don't know where we're going yet, but wherever it is, it'll be great. And I don't know, every year we seem to top it. I mean, these leaders, the field leaders coming and training, doing all this stuff, every year it gets better. I'm just saying, that's my opinion. And here's the final group shot of everybody in their red, white, and blue attire in front of that. I just love this billboard. So we had so much fun at this event, so many people, and I'm really thankful for all of you that did invest in your business and come, and I hope that we see a lot more of you next year. So for those of you who couldn't come, we do have some leaders doing, I love this is Kylie's, bring your BFF to our BBF gathering. So bring your best friend to our Bring Back Fling events. So we've already had a couple that have happened already. But one of the great things about this is for sponsoring, if you have someone, you bring a guest to this meeting and they decide to enroll within 48 hours of the meeting for this kit, they have to enroll with the Kickstart kit. They're also getting 40 Bella Bucks as well. And this is in celebration of Bob's 40th anniversary with Kathy. So they celebrate that in August. So the whole month of August with these meetings, anyone who enrolls, who's at that meeting and enrolls within the next 48 hours, gets an extra 40 Bella Bucks on top of that. It's 100 and, but I can't, it's, what is it? 100 and I'm covering up my number there. $190 value for $99.95. And then they also get 40 Bella Bucks off of that. I mean, that's amazing, amazing deal. And I think it gives you like 20, it's over 20 fragrances in here, because with the sampler set, you get the 15, then you get the 6 of the 16 ounce, you get a different fragrance in the Scent Sway, you get a different fragrance of the sweet orange and chili pepper in the mini melts. So lots of variety to get a new person started, so they get a good sampling of what we offer. So great kit to offer as well. So Jody and Lourdes had our first meeting that was on Tuesday, August 4th. So they reported back that they had 30 attendees and 3 enrollments, which is great. I forgot to ask her how many guests. I think Jody, you're on with us. And I grabbed a couple photos here. This was at Bitsy Mama's. And they always do a huge, I mean, obviously Lulu and Christine own the restaurant, so they always have great food that they offer. So a couple of the pictures that I was able to find. So Jody, is there anything that you wanted to share about your event that you just had?
Yeah, it was so fun. We actually had 3 guests in attendance, and all 3 have joined or are joining today. And then, because it's within 48 hours. And then we had a couple, I decided at the last minute to go live. And we had a couple people, well, one for sure rejoined back. And so, should be end up being 4 total. So that's awesome. And then we did have about 30 people there. You know, I think, I'll be honest with you, people come for the food because it's so good. So, but, yeah, it was a great event. We had a lot of fun. We actually shared Callie's training that she did at Fling. I actually got the slides from Callie, and we did that little training and some recognition. And we really talked about the opportunity, and we talked about, jumping into your business and taking off and just going for it, right? Like, you won't know until you try. So give it all you got and go for it. And you just, see what happens. So it was a lot of fun. And super grateful to Lulu and Christine, because, having it at their restaurant is so nice. And it's comfortable and it feels welcome and friendly. So we love that.
Well, thanks for kicking it off. I appreciate it. And I know, people said, well, I'm not close to a meeting. And what if I have someone that wants to take advantage of that kit? Well, you have what day are we on today? What, the 6th? I don't even know what date it is. But you have the whole month of August to get a meeting together. And it doesn't have to be this huge blown out. You meet at a restaurant, meet at your house, whatever. Get a meeting together, have them bring their friends. that's a meeting, that's a gathering, you know, and I'm happy to provide you with whatever you need. You don't have to do a PowerPoint. You don't have to do that. Not everybody knows how to do all of that, and that's okay. It's just getting people together, sharing the excitement, talking about the new product. You may have been able to order some of the new stuff, some of the fall. Have that with you to show them. But anybody can do a meeting. This just happens that, I've been working with the leaders saying, hey, we need to get out there. We need to do some meetings. And they're like, hey, how about we do some Bring Back Fling? And I'm like, that's perfect. Build on that momentum coming out of that great event. So I appreciate you guys putting this together. And I know there are some more. I know there are some coming up in September as well. I think Lane Townsend mentioned that. I think even Jody's trying to get one in Iowa. So they're going to keep coming, but anybody can do a meeting. All right. I just want to make that very clear. Anybody can do it. And I know Kylie and Julie just had theirs last night in Indiana. So they had 15 distributors, 7 guests, and 2 enrollments so far. So Julie and Kylie, I know Kylie's driving, but if either one of you want to chime in on how, if you want to share anything about that meeting, they had a group shot here of everybody that was, I think a couple people had left, but here's a nice group shot of where they were. So Kylie, you got anything you want to share?
Yeah, we had a great meeting. It was at, hold on.
I'm waiting to see
You
if she
can't say it, can
Hold
you?
on, let's see.
Come on.
Gelasomos.
Gelsosomos. Gelsosomos.
Gelsosomos. Okay, so great pizza place. Can't say the name, but it's great. And I'm trying to watch where I'm going here. I think I'm in Indianapolis. But it was real. We decided, Julie and I decided we wanted it more fun focused. We had rolling slides when my iPad was working, showing the new stuff. So, and we just shared about the opportunity and had people that attended Fling share what they liked best about it. And it was a lot of fun. And then we finished it off with a left, right, center game, where somebody won the big door prize. And it was a lot of fun. But the whole point is it, like Kim said, it doesn't have to be this like PowerPoint. I mean, I had a mess up. My iPad was not charged. It was charged, but then it died. And so you don't have to be so like planned and precise and have a whole thing. We just talked and we had a really good time. And it was so nice meeting everybody from Indiana and surrounding areas. We had Stephanie Reed come from Michigan. People traveled from all over, but you could have it just your own opportunity event at your house or Starbucks or whatever. So it was a lot of fun. We had a great time. Julie probably has some more to share about it while
Yeah,
I
it
figure out
was
where
it
I'm
was
going.
absolutely a fun time. Everybody said they've had a good time. I'm meeting with somebody tomorrow about joining. I've got a couple that missed out on it, that are wanting to, that couldn't get out of work in time, that have already said they want to meet up next week. So, we're gonna keep riding that momentum. And like I said, we just wanted it to be casual. I told everybody, I said, okay, Mia Bella girls, wear all your Mia Bella shirts, be welcoming, and let's represent and show who's Mia Bella and who are our guests. The guests came, they had a good time. That left, right, that was fun. I've never done the right left game with dice. So Kylie had to teach us some things. I was used to reading it, where you would say
Oh,
turn to the left, the candle left. So that was a lot of fun. Everybody had a good time with that. And like for a while, we thought somebody won. And then all of a sudden, Jordan actually ended up winning. She's like, I never win. So it was really fun. Everybody had a good time, and everybody has told me that they had a great time. And Amy, actually, there's a picture. She's supposed to be getting ready to join. That's her in the pink. One of my friends, Amy Hunt. And she said that it was so relaxing to come in, and everybody made her feel so welcome. And that, at first she was so nervous about it, even though she knew some of us. And she said it was just so much fun. She's like, I just have to do this.
good. I want one of those cookies.
Oh, I know. Weren't they
Yes,
awesome?
those cookies are great.
They're so
Well, and
cute.
we're going to talk to the people. And we talked a little bit. Julie was telling me about Amy, or I'm not sure if it was Amy or somebody that was going to join, maybe from Kimberly's team that wanted to join with a different kit. And we really need to I talked to Julie about it and said, you know, if she really wants to build her business, yeah, it's fun to go find those 12 candles. But if we want to build the business, that gives you everything. And I think Jody pointed out, you know, that's the only kit that doesn't have Bellabucks. Well, now it does. So that's a great kit for people that want to join and have a business and really get started, because they do have everything there. So it was a really great meeting, and I strongly suggest, I know who told you, Julie? Didn't somebody message you and said that, oh, it was Julie Hadsel said she is inspired to host her own opportunity meeting now
Because
because she was on via
Stephanie
Zoom.
Zoomed.
Yeah. So we had other people there on Zoom. So that was really cool. So we had a lot of fun. All I'm telling, if you're a leader on, or if you're even a bronze distributor, host your own. Do it. It'll be fun.
Hey, real quick, I got to add this left, right, center. I've actually played that at parties, and I give everybody 3 melts, and they're packaged, and they use that as their thing. And the winner gets all the melts. So that's since you know how to play, use it at your parties.
Oh, there you go.
That's fun.
You gotta buy the
That's great.
find the dice.
Yeah, and I think Denise said she makes little credits, Bella dollars,
She was saying
and they
that.
get to use that for credit. So same concept, but I love both of them.
Yeah. Yeah, and to your kit point too, for that Kickstart kit, really the only thing they need to do is get business cards, and they are well on their way. I mean, that literally is the only thing I could think of that they would need right away, and maybe some stickers to put on the bottom of their candles when they're selling them. But yeah, great kit, great kit. And like you said, now it has Bellabucks. Well, thank you guys for sharing, but we're not done. I mean, we have a couple more coming up that are scheduled, and let me know if you schedule something. I'm happy to email it out through, through Sensations, through the back office that I send the emails through. So let me know. You don't know. I send it out to everybody, just like this one. This one's in Virginia, but I send it out to everybody because we don't know what distributors have friends and family in Virginia who may want to go there, and they'll take care of them. I mean, if they join, they'll make sure they join your team if they're interested. I mean, they're no one's there to take anybody from anybody. We're here collectively to help this company grow. And recognition and people don't know about us, right? It's like, let's share who we are. I think I was at a class yesterday, and I was talking to a lady, and she's like, well, what do you do from home? Because I said, well, I can only do the morning classes because I still work. And I was telling her, and she's like, Mia Bell's Candles? And I'm like, I literally about had a heart attack. I'm like, you've heard of us? Because I've never had anybody say that. She's like, yeah, I'm online all the time. I love candles. And I'm like, all right, we'll be talking. So they don't know about us, and it's our job to get the word out, right? It's like we're the best kept secret. We don't want to be a secret anymore. So this first starts these meetings. Yeah.
I wanted to say something. I appreciate you sending out messages, because we actually had it was Marilyn and Ed Burt attend our meeting, and they have been distributors since 2007.
Wow.
So they are not affiliated on Julie or my team, but it was so nice to talk to them, and they were really awesome. They've actually attended Fling before, so hopefully we'll have them come again, but they were great. So that was really cool.
I love hearing that, because you just never know,
Yes.
right? You just don't know whether it's another distributor or family of a distributor or whatever. You just got to talk about it and get it out there. So yeah, I'm happy to send emails out. If you get me the information, I mean, the images are great, but I also have to have the copy for it, and I'll help you with it. But we just want to get the word out together as much as we can, and make phone calls. Don't just depend on texts and things like that. A personal phone call goes a long way, and it's a lot harder for someone to say no on the phone than it is through a text, or in person. So don't forget about that. I know we've gotten to this electronic world where everything's through emails and texts, but make that phone call. It really can make a difference. And Elena, I don't know if Elena's on. I think she's on with us. She has the next meeting coming up, her and Darlene Johnson. So they have Bring Back Fling in Virginia, and that's happening this Sunday on the 9th from 2 to 5 at that Brick Oven Bistro and Pizza. And I know Elena's been having a lot of meetings. She has great meetings, great trainings. this is really one that if you are in the area and you're able to go, or maybe it's just a couple hour drive, whatever it is, it's worth it. It's worth it to go check it out. Elena, are you on with us? I don't know if she is or not.
And I'll tell you a
There you
little
are.
because of you sending the email out, and Allison Boers actually tagged one of her girls that's local at my events locally that I've been at. I've had people show up and say, I'm on Allison's team. I'm on so and so's team. I didn't know that you did meetings here. And I'm going to do my best to be there. So I'm kicking off the Bring Back Fling meeting on August 9th. And then I have a restaurant that's local that I can meet on Monday nights because they're closed and they allow us to bring in food. They just don't serve food because they are closed. So we're going to start doing some opportunity meetings on a Monday night every single month and have a set Monday night to be able to do this. But it's exciting because the ones that have reached out to me are excited that there are meetings in the area. So it's just communicating, and I'm excited because we have 3 top 10 leaders in Virginia here, and plus everybody else that was in the top 50 that will be attending our meeting. And I'm looking forward to the guests that we're going to have. Darlene and I are both getting RSVPs. And I think Diana might be getting RSVPs too. So it's anybody's welcome. And I'm willing to travel if somebody wants me to come to their meeting on the East Coast here. So doors open, just
I
knock
love
on
that.
it.
Did you hear that? She's offered to come to your meeting and help you out. So
Yes.
I love that. But is Darlene on? I don't know if Darlene's on. If she wanted to share anything. I don't know if she's on or not, but great meeting. Look forward to this. I did send an email out on this one too, and it's in Facebook as well. And then we have one more coming up that's scheduled so far. So Bring Back Tennessee is in Tennessee. So Shelley Browning is going to be hosting this one. And this is Saturday, August 22nd. So a little bit more time with this one, but this will be from 12 to 2 at Pizza Inn. Shelley, are you on today? I know you're working too, but are you on? She may not be. All right. So anyway, this is a great opportunity too, especially if you know anybody in this area. It's in Fayetteville, Tennessee. Kylie, what's that close to? Fayetteville. Is that close to Nashville? I don't know my Tennessee at all. I don't know if she's still on or not. But and I'll be sending an email out on
I'm
this.
still on,
Oh yeah.
but I would think it's more south because I think she's trying to, like Laura and Tammy and all them are going to be meeting there. So I'm not sure. I don't know Tennessee either. I've lived here 20 some years. So I don't know
So
either.
Laura's in Georgia. So like people from
Laura's in Georgia. So I think
Okay.
I want to say it's more south
Okay.
if I'm correct, towards Alabama and Georgia line. So.
Okay. Yeah, so I'll be sending out an email on this one as well. So again, if you have friends, family, team members that would want to go to this and meet Shelley and her team, they would love to have you guys. So keep this in mind, put it on your calendars. And again, I'll send this out probably next week. I'll send this email out so you guys have all the information as well. So thanks for doing this. And again, if you want to do it, let me know. Let me know if you want to do a meeting and get out there, and I'll be happy to advertise for you. And we'd love to see pictures. Okay, not just of these events. So your meeting events are great too, but also your events in general. Anything that you're doing out there for your vendor events and things. Tom loves having those for social media. We use those a lot through social media on our corporate page. We get a lot of engagement on those photos. So especially with people, pets, not just your displays. Your displays are beautiful, but it's better if there are people in them or people smelling your candles, that whole experience. So if you have those, make sure that you email those into me. It's at kim.geringer@scent-team.com. You can send that to me and we'll start using those too. Cause I think he's run out of the images that have been shared with him. So he's like, he asked me to, push this a little bit to get some more images. Here's an example of what I'm talking about. So here's Elena with Santa. That's a perfect thing to put out on social and advertise Miabella's. I mean, how perfect is that? Especially with a little reindeer candle. So yeah, anything like this, we love to see. Love your cedar displays, but we really love to see the people or pets or whatever you have in there as well. So send those our way. We love to see them. All right. Well, that's everything I have today. Here's our August calendar. Yes, it is the 6th. I'm losing track of time. So the 6th here. Our next time we'll be getting together will be on the 20th. We'll be announcing our September fragrance of the month will be revealed. So pretty much everything you need to know is right on this little calendar. And thank you, Jody, again. She puts all of your VIP page ideas and things for your business to do every day. You can go on here and say, oh, what can I do to help my business or help my VIP page, whatever it is. She's done something almost every day on here for you guys. So take advantage of that. It's a lot of work to put this together for you guys. So I hope that you're using it. But we have all the information on the Fling events, and the trip is all on here. So this is a great tool for you guys. So this is also in Bella Builders that you can save to your phone. So you have it right at your fingertips. So, all right. Well, thank you everybody for joining me today, especially our little special guests about your meetings. I love that.
Hey, Kim,
yeah.
someone asked when the 8-ounce candles and the new fundraiser scents are being, Patrice
Those are
asked.
also, I meant to put that on here too. Those are also looking at mid-September. Again,
Okay.
it's we're waiting on glass.
Okay.
So as soon as we have those, I'll get you a date too. But right now we're shooting for mid-September. So hopefully all those things will be on or around the same time. I'm hoping.
Perfect. Thank you.
So, yeah, thanks for asking. I forgot to put an image of that. I was trying to put an image together, and we don't have all of them. Like we don't have the apricot cider and those in the jar yet, the photos. So I didn't have it. Like I like to do them all grouped together, and I didn't have that yet. So
For sure.
once I get that, I'll get that out to you guys too. But
Thank you.
good question. Thank you. All right. Well, thank you everybody again for joining us. I appreciate you taking the time, and congratulations again, and have a great rest of your week and weekend ahead.
Thank you.